So we're here at Atos Solihull, brand new facility and extension of our affiliate here in Atos UK under Professor Tom. It's the second time that we come to visit the students, the team, and in a very short period of time we can see the growth already. As you guys can see, beautiful facility. The team doesn't stop growing. The staff is every time even more and more well prepared, and I'm just so proud to be here and witness this growth. It's been like few years that we're working together right now. Tom hit us a message, and from that moment to now, we can say that he's like a driven young man, full of plans and always willing to work harder and harder to fulfill them, and exceed expectation, exceed goals, and set higher standards all the time. And we appreciate that. Today we're here to see the growth. There's belt promotion. There's students from like all ages, all level, young little kids to adults, all ages, all levels. You only bring this diversity of people under one roof to learn from you if definitely you were doing a really good job. So this today event is just a statement of that everything is working well. To believe in the process, just like Professor Galvao said, our motto is innovating Jiu Jitsu, transforming lives. So don't ever despise the beginning of small things, and always trust that if you do right, if you work with excellence, the end will be always better than the beginning. So it doesn't matter what level you are, how our journey in Jiu Jitsu is going right now, as long as you have a goal and you work with discipline, eventually we will get there. And as I said, the end is always better than the beginning. So the goal and the result tomorrow will be to be a better one than we are today. And we're just gonna keep moving forward.
You good?
Oh, your gi, like mine.
Yeah.
I like this one a lot. This one.
We haven't made the old one, man.
Huh?
Get me one, mate. Just the old one, just for me.
Okay.
Not for everyone. Just the one with the old patches. Only for me, only for me. We won't sell it.
This one is more than this one.
A quick introduction. So obviously we have Andre here, Angelica here this time as well, which is incredible, amazing to see. So for the females and the young girls in the room, what an incredible career she's had. And obviously, guys, we started this journey like we were just talking about outside, probably about 2 years ago. The project we had, the ideas that we had, we're managing to bring now like to fruition. I know obviously the seminar is incredible, like you're going to learn a lot of technique, but also what's really important and should be like so inspiring is the job that these guys do, how well they've supported our team, myself, the coaches here. So learn as much as you can, ask as many questions as you can, try to find out as much as you can about the history and the legacy of what we are trying to create here. And of course, that's why I'm so proud and so happy that Angelica is on the mat with us today as well, right? Because she's a huge part and a massive integral part. She's the one that rings me at 5 a.m. when they're about to do their gym workout, making me feel lazy, to tell me to calm down and stop moaning about gis. So you guys can tell them about the gi problem now, right? You can pass on the messages, you can say direct. I try my best, right? But no, they're always there to support me. And obviously, guys, like I cannot do it on my own. I know we have an incredible team here of coaches, but you always have to have someone above you and beyond you. And that was, the biggest decision I made when we, did our thing, was to be under somebody that's great, not just on the mat, but off the mat, right? And the support we received, the level of knowledge that I've gained and managed to hopefully pass down as best I can, technique-wise and, business-wise from these guys is incredible, right? So thank you guys so much for coming, and I will let you guys begin.
It's amazing to see this great facility, incredible. Tom is doing an incredible job here, great job, and we are super proud of all of you. And as I mentioned before, right, every time we step on the mat, we want to give our best, from white belts all the way to black belts, okay? So don't be shy, okay? You can ask questions, and we're gonna have a great time. Don't forget that when you're on the mat, you have to have fun, right? So make sure you have fun, and that's it. Thank you so much. We're gonna stop. The t-shirt technique is gonna be like this, okay? All right, so there's a lot of things to learn in Jiu-Jitsu, okay? In Jiu-Jitsu, of course, like we start the fight standing, and the great thing of Jiu-Jitsu, it doesn't stop. Once you touch the hand of your partner, the fight just keep going until the submission or the time goes out, right? But most like, let's say if there's no time, you go into the submission, right? You have to make your opponent tap, right? So at any time, the fight can be over by both players, right? No matter what. So there's like the attack part of Jiu-Jitsu. You use Jiu-Jitsu to attack, right? And that's also like the defensive aspect of Jiu-Jitsu, right? So you have to like play in a way that you know and understand how to survive. When you are defending, you have to get out of the control of your opponent. You have to make sure like you have some freedom, so then you can attack. So it's all about grips, especially the gi. In the gi, you have to have grips. Okay, I'm gonna mention some of the grips that's really important while you're passing the guard, and how you establish like the side control and some scrambles that you can do. I'll be teaching something like basic, but also towards like the seminar goes by, and I'll show you like some fancy moves as well, so you can see like what Jiu-Jitsu can do. How are you gonna improve? Everybody has a type of struggle. No matter what size you are, doesn't matter what level you are. You always have a gap to improve. And Jiu-Jitsu doesn't stop evolving, because nobody knows everything in Jiu-Jitsu. It's not like boxing that has only 6 punches. It's a complex of situations and concepts that helps you to submit your opponent and finish your opponent. You know, that's very, very important. So every time you step on the mat, you discover more about yourself, right? And every time you step on the mat, you have to take your ego away and just have fun, right? Have fun, have fun, have fun, and try to improve. What is your goal in training? My goal today is just to play my A game and try to like attack as much as I can, and not even like letting people getting closer to do anything on me. That can be like a goal. This is already a goal, but it cannot be this every single day, right? But then some days you say, oh no, I feel like my X guard is kind of like hard for me to set up. Today I'm gonna try to go shin to shin X guard on everyone. And then you fight like that, you know? Or you say, you know what, like today I'm gonna just try to be on top of everyone. I'll tell my friends to start on guard and I'll try to pass their guard, you know? Today I'm gonna work on stack pass, you know? Or today I'm just gonna go for arm bars on lower levels. Like if I'm already purple belt and I'm rolling white, blue belts, and even purple belts that I know how to control them, I'll be like, okay, so today I just go for arm bars, you know? So your training has to have a goal. Or even though like if you wanna be more challenged, I'll roll with people that's way better than me, but I'll pull everyone guard and I just do guard retention. Like today, like nobody's gonna pass my guard. I'm gonna try to find a way to control the guard. So I go for lasso guard, collar and sleeve guard, de la riva guard, and I'll just play guard. I'm not gonna even try to sweep. I'm just gonna be like with my back on the floor and try to control the person, not letting them move. So those goals like will help you to improve.
So we wanted to promote this kid today to the grey belt. A young kid with a lot of talent, but one thing that we noticed in particular is an attitude that is like so important for Jiu-Jitsu. I've seen him win competitions, I've seen him lose competitions, I've never seen him upset, I've never seen him frustrated. Of course has incredible parents as a reference as well to keep him on track. But if we wanted to look at somebody that's like a young athlete, but with the biggest attitude for sure, Teddy Latchford, let's go. Next up, okay, for the grey and black belt. Again, incredible. It's always great to promote these young kids, but I have kind of like an admiration for this one a little bit more, because they're in a family of like, I don't know, I think it's 5, might be 6, might be 7, I don't know, Ben, it might be 9. She was like the youngest of the girls. We give her the title of like an enforcer, so if we get you know, like maybe a young kid come in that's quite strong, you know, a little bit of ego, we pass them on to this girl just to let them know what Jiu-Jitsu is all about, right? So for their grey and black belt, Rosie, good job. I want to promote these two guys together because, you know, when we started out our Atos UK, right, what we wanted to try to do, I say all the time, like, my objective, my job was to try and make Sutton Coldfield, Solihull, San Diego, right? And I think we accomplished that. We have been very flattered lately of the increase in people trying to do the same. We take that as a compliment, of course. Everybody wants to try and run a school. Everybody wants to create gyms because of the work that we've done, right? We've done this work for years on years. Granted, not always under the same umbrella and banner. But two of these kids have been integral in that. They've been here the whole time. And you can't run an Atos without having some Rotolo twins, right? Or Rotolo brothers. So they are our version of the Rotolo brothers, they really are. And I believe they can be just as successful, if not hopefully more, okay? And I must admit, and I will put this on record, I have seen great kids do Jiu-Jitsu, great kids. I've seen high levels of kids Jiu-Jitsu, but I've never, and I mean this with my whole heart, I've never seen anyone more dangerous in kids Jiu-Jitsu, right? Genuinely, two of the most talented boys I've had the pleasure of coaching. And they, in a weird way, somehow, I don't know, semi-related, so it's a win for me. Frankie and George, come get your belts. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to the adults, okay? So blue belts. I'll give a brief overview for the blue belts, right, of kind of what it is. It's a commitment, right? I truly believe it's the hardest belt in Jiu-Jitsu. It's the first little bit of accomplishment we're ever gonna get. It puts a massive target on our back, and it kind of forces us into, a lot of the time, right, there's like a statistic that 80% of blue belts quit because it forces us into a corner like, you know, Andre and Professor Andre was just saying, where we can start to get anxiety again. We can start to get that fear again of not wanting to step onto the mat or worried, you know, if the white belt catches me out, am I worth a blue belt? How do I fit? Like all of these emotions and anxieties that we beat on day one start to come back at the blue belt, right? After the blue, really purple, brown, black, you know, you're like more experienced, you're creating a game, you understand it more. But blue belt is a challenge, right? And I really mean that. And I hope, and it's with my best intention that all of these guys rise to the challenge of what a blue belt is. It's the first step, but it's a very long step to the next one. And I wish everyone the best on this journey, and I hope to be putting them to purple belt in a few years' time, right? So up first, guys, who will also be competing. We have two guys that are going to be competing Jiu-Jitsu Con at the blue belt. So first up, Chris Hughes, good job. Purple belts. One of those guys that shows up, just keeps turning up, doing his thing, has that resilience on the mat that's so crucial, that everybody requires at some point in time. Has a really weird kind of like job, right? So it's funny because he comes to the class and I tried to partner him as best I can. I tried to put him with some of the younger kids to give him a beating, but he always avoids it because he's a teacher, right? It's so annoying. He uses it as his defense mechanism so none of the young kids can get him. But also has a career outside of here in martial arts and teaching. So we believe he's going to be a great asset to the team, not even just on a coaching level, but you know how Professor was saying earlier on coaching from within the team, which is so crucial. And I'm glad to award you your purple belt. Last promotion of the day. Oh, let me take a seat. So incredible level of Jiu-Jitsu, of course, is required for a brown belt, but so is a level of commitment and respect between people, right? We can't say this story because it ends really well, but like throughout life, we have ups and downs. Things are always trying to pull us off like the line, right? Like pull us away, pull us apart, move us past, whatever. I trained with this kid since he was a white belt, obviously, but even when I was training in my years as like a purple belt, brown belt, he's been on the mats in like every important session that I've ever trained alongside me. Certain things in life like take you apart, right? Little bits of breaks in the middle, you have to work full time, whatever. So we can't always stay on track. And of course, sometimes like we can have breakdowns in communication and relationship. But that is what Jiu-Jitsu is communication and a relationship. And I'm so thankful that for whatever reason, and you know, we're very alike, we're very similar, we're very stubborn. If we disagree on something, like, we're gonna disagree for a while, so I hope we don't. But really and truly, we had a special moment last weekend. Returning from an injury is difficult, it's tough. I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to raise a family, and I know how hard it is to be a dad, right? Chasing Jiu-Jitsu, chasing for your own mental, right? And I don't think people will ever understand why we have to do what we do, why we're so competitive. Trying to be successful, trying to run business, like, I get it. And I've seen it affect so many people in so many different ways. And a lot of the time, guys, it's in a negative way where they fizzle out and they fade away. But the guy stayed the course. Of course, had like a very serious injury a few years ago that we're gonna get back in blood. And is back now competing, is back training with a realistic expectation of what we can manage and what we can do. And like I said, we had an incredible moment last weekend. We closed out Naga Absolute, and he won his division, beating black belts at purple, which this is no great thing for him. This is in his potential for sure. And has been a solid friend throughout my, you know, life and some of the decisions we've had to make. But I just know, like, what it means. I know how hard it is, right? Like, it has one young kid right now. I don't want to ruin any news, but like, that might be multiplied. I know how tough it is. I know how difficult it is, and I respect everything you do as a man, right? And I really have to say that because it's tough. One of our most loyal servants, even through times of hardship and disagreement. And this is the last step before, for sure, I get to put that black belt on his waist. Charlie, good job.
Anything you guys need from us, okay, we are here for you, okay? Just like Professor said, this is an extension of our academy in San Diego, California. And anytime you guys able to go to the United States and visit us, open arms, okay? You guys more than welcome at our gym, okay? And we will come back more, right? So soon we're gonna be back and we're gonna keep this relationship, okay? And before I close out, I have to say that congratulations, Professor Tom, for the incredible work he does here in UK. You know, since he's joined Atos, he's been adding so much for our team. He follows the standards. He understood our vision, right? And it is incredible that you guys are here and seeing like this amount of people. It's awesome. And this facility is incredible. It's great. It's amazing. And you guys take advantage of that, okay? Because he's very serious, just like we are serious about what we do, okay? And we want to make sure that you guys go to the next level, not only on the mat, but also off the mat, okay? Thank you so much again for having us here, okay? Appreciate that. Always. Thank you.
Yeah, no, very tough day, but like, obviously all the planning that went into it, creating the event was like, obviously very tough. So to see it all work out, timings and everything were on point for the most part. So I think it was a great day, a great seminar. Obviously the instructions like second to none, and everybody enjoyed the day. Some great belt promotions and some really cool stories as well. Yeah, it's huge. Every time like they come over, obviously when they do a seminar, this is the second one, and obviously it's at our new school. They really like pinch yourself moments because, you know, as a kid growing up in Jiu-Jitsu and looking to those guys as like idols really, to be working with them and alongside them, number one, is like crazy, and then to be able to host them here, to be able to work with them like so intimately is amazing. Like I say, it's like a pinch yourself thing, right? Like if you was a kid that played football and you get to play with Ronaldo, like it's hard to put it into words really. I definitely had more moments today where I was reflective and, you know, just looking around the room, looking how many people were here and seeing kind of like the impact that we've had. But even, you know, wider than us, like we have a huge impact on the community. Like other people start their projects based on, you know, watching what we do, and you know, it can only be a positive thing for martial arts. It can only be a positive thing for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, for the wider community as well as ourselves. So we have a lot of kids here. We have a lot of families. I think we are probably one of the most family-friendly gyms. We have a lot of even families that train together. So we just wanted to bring something to add to the experience where we can all hang out now, socialise off the mats, build those relationships that are so special. Get to know everybody on a deeper level, because of course you've got the Sutton guys here, you've got the Solihull guys. Like it's a great mix. And of course give back to the local area. Like, you know, we have a lot of people visiting right now that just are walking past or live here and hanging out and finding out what Jiu-Jitsu is all about. One final message. We are exactly where we're supposed to be. I'm so proud of the team and so proud of the coaches that helped pull it off. And of course, having, like I said, Andre and Angelica here is mesmerizing sometimes. But we're exactly where we need to be. We're exactly on track where we want to be. And of course, you know, in the coming weeks and in the coming months, we are going to announce our third location, which is going to be opening in January 2026.